Hello everyone. So in this video I'm going to be showing a build I made. It's really simple and straight to the point. It works from the very beginning of the game. You don't need to farm anything crazy or get deep into the story to make it work. All you need is the Reduvia Dagger, which drops super early, and once you've got it, you're basically set. You don't need to overthink it, just throw it on and go to work. The reason this dagger is so nasty is because of its weapon skill, Reduvia Bloodblade. It fires out the short range slash of blood that deals good damage and builds bleed really fast. And here's the cool part. When you're up close, you're hitting enemies with both the blade and the blood slash at the same time. That combo makes it absolutely destroy those bosses and the enemies and collapse them. It's fast, it stacks bleed quickly, and it just melts through regular enemies and bosses. What surprised me the most is how well it worked against those weird bosses. And I'm not really good at the game, and I like to cheese a lot. And this thing still lands hits on enemies with weird hitboxes because the blood slash has just enough range to connect it to the enemies. And even if they're moving around a lot, you're still pressuring them with fast hits and damage. Even some bleed immune enemies weren't too bad because the skill just hits so often and so fast and does ton of damage. Alright, so for my talismans, I went with a setup that's like just so massive. First, I'm using the Bull's Goat Talisman. This one boosts your poise, which is huge when you're up close, spamming Reduvia's Blood Blade. It keeps you from getting knocked around so you can stay locked in and keep that pressure up. Then of course, I've got the Lord of Blood's Exaltation. Because you're building bleed constantly with this thing. Every time bleed triggers, you get a big damage boost, and that's what's happening non-stop with this weapon. Next is the Winged Sword Insignia. That gives you more damage the more you keep hitting, and since the Bloodblade skill hits super fast, it stacks up damage really quickly. And to top it off, we got Millicent's Prosthesis, which works the same way. It boosts your damage with successive hits and gives you a little extra dexterity on the side that stacks with Winged Sword for even more damage when you're laying it into enemies. Altogether, it's a super aggressive setup. You're tanky, you're fast, and the longer the fight goes, the harder you hit. Just get in close, hit it, that skill, and don't let up. So for my armor, I'm rocking White Mask, Black Knife Armor, Royal Mane Gauntlets, and Black Knife Greaves. The look is kind of clean, like a deadly rogue or assassin vibe, but with some serious bleed pressure behind it. The White Mask is doing heavy lifting here. It gives you a free damage boost every time bleed triggers, which is constant with Reduvia, so that's just free value. Black Knife Armor, it just looks great and fits the assassin vibe, and it gives solid resistances. Then I've got Royal Mane Gauntlets for that little bit of passive healing when your health gets low. Helps me in longer fights or if you get chipped down. And finally, Black Knife Greaves to finish it off without like pushing me too far over for the weight limit. I don't know the weight limit. I'm just saying that because it gives 5.7 pounds. And the whole setup keeps me in medium load, which means I still get good rolls, decent defense, and enough poise to stay aggressive and not get knocked out of my blood blade spam, which I use all the time to cheese the bosses. Okay guys, I will show you step by step on how to get the Reduvia blade. So just follow my steps and I'll speed it up so it doesn't take too long. You're gonna want to start here, come down here, up, 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 and then right here. If you go here into the middle of the river, there is going to be an invader that spawns here. So around here, you're gonna run here. You're gonna want to run up here. The guy is going to spawn in right there, invaded by Bloody Finger Nerijus. And then if you run around for a little bit, there's gonna be someone that comes to help you. Once you kill him, he's going to drop the Reduvia. Alright, so this build is a level 150 build, and here are how the stats are set up. I got 50 vigor, which is a huge health pool that's let me stay aggressive trade hits and not worry about dying to random chip damage or big swings. Super important when you're up close with Reduvia. 22 mind gives me just enough FP to spam Bloodblade comfortably without needing constant flasks, and that's really all I need since I'm not casting any spells. 30 endurance is doing two things. It gives me stamina to keep spamming L2 while it's still dodging, and it lets me wear solid armor setup with 51 poise while staying at medium load so I can tank through hits and not get staggered mid-combo. Strength and intelligence are just at the minimum to equip stuff. Nothing invested there. 30 dexterity adds a little more damage and gives me faster animations, which is always nice when you're running a Dagger build. And then the core of the build is 76 Arcane. That's what makes Reduvia go nuts. It ramps up the bleed, build up, and the weapon damage, especially the Bloodblade skill. The more Arcane you have, the faster you shred everything. You just press L2 and stuff explodes. I'm not doing anything with faith or magic here. This is a pure focused bleed monster, and it works insanely well in both PvE and PvP.